Hey there everybody, welcome back. Hope everybody's doing all right. This week, another bass demo showcase. So this week, we have a USA made Peavey Cirrus 5-string. These I think were made from like the late 90s, or mid to late 90s until I think just a few years ago. I don't believe they're making them anymore. Really great basses, played by John Taylor from Duran Duran and a host of other guys over the years. So here's this one. They made a few different wood combinations and finishes. This is the maple top. I think they also made like a solid babinga, a walnut, some others. Anyway, so this is the maple. So some things about this bass. It is a alder body. So the sides are alder. Flamed maple top. It's really nice. And then it is a maple neck through. So what that means is, for those that don't know, the neck, actually the headstock, all the neck is a continuous piece that goes through the end of the body, and then the sides are glued on. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece neck. It's got the maple with these purple heart, I believe. I don't know what that is, but stringers they're called. They go all the way through. It's got the same on the front. You can kind of see the same design on the front. It is a 35-inch scale, 24-fret PAL Faro fingerboard. And then it also has their proprietary humbuckers, really nice sounding pickups that also are curved, so you can see the radius of the strings and the fingerboard, which is kind of nice. Some people would consider this, compare the sound of these things to a Ken Smith. I've heard that a lot, and so it's along those kind of lines, but it's a pretty versatile sounding bass. For this style, I wouldn't say that you can get a lot of like P-bass type things out of it, but probably a different player is going to be playing a P-bass with flats than you're going to be picking this thing up. It's got this really solid brass bridge. Generally they came with brass, like gold color. Not a fan. So this one has chrome as well as new chrome tuners. The other ones were falling off and had some challenges. So some new chrome Goto tuners. Also has this really cool sort of like, you can see it, not just black, it's like a carbon fiber. There you go, a little bit more thing on the top. And then a bone nut. Some of them have like a other, but this one is bone, which is really nice. It's an active bass, so you'll see cavity, and then this is active. It actually is 18 volts, so there's two 9 volts in here. And then, like I said, these are humbucker pickups. The knobs are volume. It's pretty standard stuff. Volume, this is the pickup pan, and then you have a 3-band EQ, so bass, mid, and treble. And you, like I said, you can get a lot of varying sounds. It definitely has a distinct character. So if you're looking for something that's kind of along the lines of that modern active thing, this might be a good choice for you. They make 4 through 6 string models of these basses, and you'll see them around on the used market. This one's in pretty good shape. It has a couple small dings in the back. I mean, this was definitely a player's bass. A couple little dings, but nothing earth-shattering. And also a lot of, you can see a little darker here. I cleaned up the fretboard as best I could, put on some new strings. These are some Ernie Ball super slinky nickel strings. These are 45 to 125s. Generally, the factory would send them out with their own series of Cirrus strings, which is these same gauges, 45 to 125. So I'm giving it a shot. Anyway, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. Okay, so we're plugged in. I'll just give you some quick sounds. This is first example with everything volume all the way up, obviously. Pan in the middle, and then all the controls centered. Just for signal chain's sake, out of the bass into a M-Audio Fast Track Pro right into GarageBand. No compression or anything. It's on like just a DI setting. So, like I said, everything's centered. If Zeppelin played a 5-string. So that's this centered. If you go through, let's say, neck pickup by itself. Nice sound. Again, centered. And then bridge by itself. Okay. Back in the middle. Definitely has that classic 2 pickup, a little bit of scoop. So let's do with it what you will. So let's try the bass control. So here's the middle. All the way off. Back in the center. I will say also one of the benefits of the design is that it's very even all the way through. Also has killer sustain. Goes on forever versus like bolt-on, which tends to have a fast attack and then kind of fades out pretty quick. These notes will last forever. Okay, so that was bass in the middle. Let's go like 3/4 up. And then all the way up. With the bass all the way up, and if I roll to the front pickup, and back to the back pickup, okay, so back in the middle with the bass centered. Mids, this is in the middle. If I roll them all the way off, back to the center. And then like 3/4 all the way. And then mids all the way up. So put those back. All right, so the treble, so everything again, back centered. If I take the treble all the way down. Sustain for days. Okay, treble back in the middle. About 3/4 of the way up. And then all the way. sense. Okay. Obviously very clanky sounding, which if that's your thing, go for it. So back to the center. And then kind of the way that I've been doing it, since I've had this playing with this bass, is bump the treble and the bass up. So if noon is the center detent, bump them up to maybe like between 1 and 2. Crank the mids all the way up. That's with the pickups in the middle. And then I've tried also this, which is kind of interesting. Just push the pan up a little bit so it's more towards the front pickup, but it's not full, so you still get a little bit of both. Interesting sound. And then also if you just roll it back, so it's back instead of noon, it's till about 10, 11 o'clock towards the bridge pickup. You're still getting some of that girth from the neck pickup, but just a little bit more punchy, and that's kind of giving you more of like sort of its distinctive sound, which would be that more modern thing. Definitely, if you want to punch out in the mix, that's going to help. I think this bass will get you there no matter what. In the middle like that's got a little bit of that scooped, but to some people's ears, that's what they really like to hear, depending on the instrumentation of your band. You might need to step out a little bit more with some mids. That might do it for you right in the center. Again, this is with the mids all the way up and the bass and treble just bumped a tiny bit. That's the center. If you go up again to the front a little bit. Or back towards the bridge a hair. That's kind of that nasally sound. It's got some balls, this bass. Okay, so that's kind of what this bass sounds like. I really think it's cool. Really like the design. Again, like I kind of said with the Warwick demo I did a month ago. Previously, kind of more of like a P bass kind of classic kind of guy, but I'm really digging this. And for the music that I play lately, my main thing is this instrumental prog rock. Sounds awesome in that setting, and sounds great with the pedals that I use. So far, this thing's a winner. Hope you like this video. If you're liking these, please subscribe. You can also leave me some comments or contact me through the email that's attached to this if you have any more questions about the space or other stuff. And I will see you next time. Thanks.